What's going on, everyone? What's going on? It's you know what? It's been quite some time since I got to talk some Flyers post game, and I was actually excited to hop on because of the way the Philadelphia Flyers have been cooking up until this point where they've laid an egg. But to help me break it all down is my man Europol. Europol, not the result that we wanted tonight. The Philadelphia Flyers go up to MSG, catch a Broadway beatdown, and they just couldn't get themselves off the ice. What happened out there to your eyes?
Dude, what I just watched for the last, 2.5 hours?
Yes, besides pain and agony.
It started off good, right? It wasn't a clean goal, but Tippett got off his skate and started off good, and then they tied it, and then it took the 2-1 lead. And then once it got to 3-1, in my head, I'm thinking this game's over because the way Shesterkin's been goaltending, whether a 6-0-1 in the last 7 games, something like that. And, he's a former Venza winner. So once it got to 3-1, I'm like, this is not looking good. I almost felt like it was a loss already. And then we didn't score since. So we got outplayed. I will say we got outshot, but we didn't.
No.
We had like 36, 7 shots on that. And he got every one of them except for the one that got off the skate. So no clean goals at all he gave up tonight.
Yeah, you're right. I definitely think this. We were outplayed, like you just said. I think we were outmatched. I mean, if you look at some of those big guys out there, those are some big boys.
6'7", 6'8",
like Adam Kep and all those guys. 6'7". I mean, we were outmatched, outplayed
too.
As much as I love John Tortorella, we were outcoached tonight, and that's what it came down to. Joe Howard checking in says, "Hey guys, tough loss tonight, absolutely." That's what I saw. I thought we were outcoached in every which way. The New York Rangers, I'm going to get into what they've done, and I felt they did extremely well. But like you said, Owen Tippett got things going. He got his 14th goal of the season. That's all fine and dandy, which looked like he was setting the tone for the Philadelphia Flyers. But no, it just like you said, the Rangers became too much. There was something that they flipped the switch, and they were shooting from the outside particularly well, where the Philadelphia Flyers just where Sam Harrison just couldn't get a read. I mean, and like you and I talked prior to the show, there was just too much traffic, too much going on. The Rangers would have
big guys too screening him. You can't even see anything.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't blame him for most of the goals tonight. I mean, one was empty net, shorthander when we tried to do 6-on-4, and that didn't even work. And then and all those tips, that were so you can't blame him a lot for tonight, but it is what it is. It was 4-1, and it came out to 6-1. So.
Yeah, and there was no fight in this team, and like you just said, you knew once this fell down, actually the 3-1, it was going to be an uphill for this team to come back and trying to figure something out. I thought for sure they were going to have some crazy comeback, but listen, you can't win them all. Up until this point, like I said, we've seen the Philadelphia Flyers have been playing red hot. They put away the Devils, they put away the Detroit Red Wings, they put it away the Panthers. But this Red Wings, this Detroit Rangers team has actually won now 6 out of their last 8 games. So, and they've turned it around for themselves. They've been playing better hockey. And it's stuff like this that you see on the ice tonight, where they're using their body frame. They're figuring out how to get guys going. Guys like Andre Miller is starting to shoot the puck. He got his 3rd goal of the night. Brian Schneider got his 11th goal of the night. Our third goal of the night too as well. So again, a couple of these guys are shooting from the outside, finding that was their strength tonight, just to put tons of traffic in front of Sam Harrison and then just unload.
Yeah, well, on the Condre Miller goal, Dude, he was like left untouched. Like he was like the pass came right to him in the middle, had a clear shot at the net. Like our defense wasn't there. They had a lot of odd man rushes throughout the game. And another thing too is even when they're on the power play, excuse me, they're the fourth ranked penalty kill in the league. I felt like we were at a disadvantage. Like how many did we even have no shots on goal? Kept on passing, trying to find the right shot, but the shot never came. You know what I mean? So you can't win. You can't score with no shots on goal on the power play.
No, and you're right. You got to be effective on the power play. Again, the New York Rangers made 3 trips to the power play. I made to the sin bin. You got to take advantage of that, especially on this team. I get it; it's a lot easier to say than do, but or a lot harder to say than do. You have to take advantage of that. You have to get on the scoreboard against this team. You have to do that. Because if you don't, you see the result that you're faced with, and I don't know if they're like you said. Speaking of the Andre Miller goal, when there was no defensive front, to me, when you look at overall this team, they look like they didn't even spend that much time in the opposition. As far as offense, they didn't look like they got down, made any kind of creative plays, trying to find the back of the net. It just looks like it was dump chase hockey. They were just there to go visit MSG, and that's about it. I don't see any kind of life, anything going for this team.
Yeah, definitely lackluster effort. Whenever they tried to get in the zone, it seemed like we were met all the time with resistance, and they always get the control of the puck. They won a lot of the face-offs too tonight, even on power plays. They win the Rangers win the face-offs. So, definitely not a great effort tonight at all.
No, and I'm pretty sure John Tortorella is probably having a locker room meeting, screaming at the team, trying to figure out what just went wrong here, where we're probably questioning the heart of this team and the leadership of it, because you cannot be you're in a rivalry game fighting for a playoff spot and you're going to give, like you just said, a lackluster performance. That's not going to be able to sit well. Yeah, you can respond tomorrow and hopefully you put away the Islanders who are looking for some revenge. But, and you're playing against one of the top. One thing about the New York Rangers, they've always know how to find themselves. They are a franchise that know how to find themselves goaltending. Shesterkin was on point tonight. I mean, the Flyers on paper, they were keeping pace with the New York Rangers as far as shots, but the New York Rangers were actually finding the back of the net, and the Flyers just couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of game, right, with this kind of goaltender, needs to be like a 2-1, 3-2 kind of a game. Once it start getting away, 2-1, okay, maybe they can tie it up, and then go down 3-1, and then score in the second period, and then go in the third period down 3-1. Like, that's kind of a recipe for disaster against a goaltender like that. If you're facing a stud, it has to be like that one goal game, especially going into the third period, and that didn't happen. And dude's a stud. What can you do? I mean, that's one of the best goaltenders in the league.
No, and you're absolutely right. I mean, he flipped the script on it. And again, one of the better coaches in the league. It looked like he was just on the cusp of getting fired. The team actually turned it around for him, and Laviez came up with some kind of winning recipe where the team is responding well, and you have to try to figure his game out, how to beat him. It's a chess matchup, and where he clearly had the winning hand tonight against John Tortorella.
Yeah, and another thing too is I really haven't heard much from Konechny's name tonight. He's our best player. I heard he didn't do much at all tonight. Especially on a team like this. So, they took him out of the game pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, other than the assist that he had with Owen Tippett on that, as the start of the game to get things rock and roll for the Philadelphia Flyers. After that, no, you're right. He was pretty much shut down along with the rest of the squad. Yeah. It's tough to be a New York Rangers team this good, and they are starting to click. They're like I said, them, us, Ottawa, Boston. There's a handful of teams right now. Columbus are fighting for playoff spots, and you cannot be given lackluster. Or right now, where this team's at, if they have any kind of desire to make it the playoffs, you need to be playing a lot better than that. So hopefully tomorrow, they respond better heading into Rhode Island, because they're going to have tired legs, they're going to be fatigued, the travel, getting to the hotel, etc., to play against that team. You cannot be playing like you did tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I expected much better effort. They beat them last time, didn't they? A couple weeks ago, a week ago.
Yeah, they beat them last week out there. We're hoping for the same result, and all that fun stuff. You just you got to be playing better. There's just no doubt on both ends of the hockey. You got to be playing offense and defensively.
I'm sure Torts has ripped them a new A right now.
Oh,
so I expected much better effort tomorrow night.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to do a lot better than what you did, given all that or all the circumstances. I'm going to go a little bit right now. I'm going to go grades of the game. I'm going to go give this team a flat out F, right across the chops. Just a flat out F. I mean, just didn't show up. Like you just mentioned, New York Rangers did whatever they wanted. They scored. They walked up and down Broadway and just thumped the Flyers tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with you with that grade. I can't give anything higher than that either. Nor do I have even a star of the game for the Flyers. So.
No.
I decline to answer that tonight.
No. You're absolutely right. If we're going to give any kind of MVP award, it's going to have to be from the Rangers.
Yeah.
I think you said prior to the show you're going to go to Sturgeon.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I can't blame you. I mean, if I'm going to give a credit, I would probably have to go to Peter Laviolette for just having a great game plan for the team, studied what the Flyers were coming in with, taking care of business, the way that they scored, the way they executed. I thought it was really, really good tonight from what you saw from the New York Rangers and the way they game planned against the Philadelphia Flyers. Just well put together. Really good stuff. I mean, for us not to have any kind of answer other than I thought setting the tone and this was going to be Flyer stuff. And no, it was just one quick candle. One quick candle that was blown out real fast.
Scored in the first 2 minutes and then nothing the rest of the game.
And not just – and this is – 4-3 years of hockey too. There was just one. There was all three. I mean, like I said earlier, the New York Rangers spent majority of their time offensively in our zone, where we only shot past, dumped, shot at net when we can. Nothing really creative. Nothing really that scared the Rangers. Nothing that put them on their heels. Nothing at all. Nothing of that source.
Yeah, I mean, do you think, like, with the tips they got tonight with the big guys, do you think we're lacking that in our – because we don't really have that big guy anymore, man.
No, and that's what hurts on both sides. It's a great point to bring up because they that's one thing that the Rangers do provide. They got a couple of puppies out there. They're like 6'7", 6'8". That we can't
the hard-nosed players like Rempe, for instance, over there, right?
Rempe, yes,
he's tough. And he's pretty much known as like a fourth line, like a goon kind of guy.
Yeah,
they start scoring some goals. So, where we don't have that on that team like that anymore, man. We don't have that like fighting person on this team right now.
No, you don't have that goon. You don't have that guy who wants to go drop the puck, drop the gloves anymore. The Nick Doriers are not there. Yeah. So he's
injured, right? He's
injured.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you don't have that go-getter fighter kind of a guy right now. You just got guys who are just trying to look to find the back of the net. And you saw it between him and Russell Island, kind of got into it, but he was pushing Russell Island whenever he wanted, bullying on around our defense. Just like I said,
he's our best tough guy right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And listen, the supporting cast that he provided from last time didn't pay off tonight. It happens. Quickly want to go over the scoreboard here for the NHL as we look around the league tonight. The Philadelphia Flyers, like I mentioned, lose 6-1 out there in New York. Tough loss. The Red Wings handle business at home, winning 4-2 against the Canadiens. Then you have the Bruins handling business today at home against against Ottawa. Guys are fighting for those last playoff spots. The Hurricanes handling business, winning 7-4 at home. Decent matchup there against the Blue Jackets. Utah right now at the end of the third, or at the top of the third, winning 4-0 over Minnesota.
Wow.
Ooh, that's a little bit of an upset out there. A little bit. You have Vegas right now winning 3-1 over the Blues at the top of the third. And then the first just got underway. And you have the Oilers winning 3-0 without because he's suspended for 3 games for high sticking. What the heck's his name? I can't think. Why am I drawing a blank on him? Wow, I cannot believe I'm drawing a blank on that kid. It'll come back to me. You have the Flames winning at the end of the first, winning 1-0 over the Sabres. The Ducks will host the Penguins at 10 o'clock, and then also at 10 o'clock, looking for their 6th straight win. It will be the Capitals heading to Seattle, and of course at 10:30, the Predators taking on the Sharks. But yeah, a lot of NHL action going on right now. The Capitals are cooking right now, the hottest team in the NHL, and it looks like Ovechkin's chasing that Gretzky scoring title. So we'll see what happens there. But to wrap things up with this Flyers post game.
Oh wait,
show,
it's you meant Connor McDavid.
Connor McDavid. I can't believe I brain farted that name. I can't believe I brain farted Connor McDavid. Yeah, he's out right now, and it looks like it doesn't mean nothing for the Oilers, because the Oilers are right now steaming over the Canucks. So yeah, that would be this is your NHL wrap up. So our post game show. Look, man, it's difficult for a team to try to win in this league when you don't show up on both sides of the puck. And it looks like, again, offensively, defensively, the New York Rangers had this team figured out. They shot from distance. They did everything well that New York Rangers want to do. And the Flyers didn't show them much life at all.
Yeah, definitely. And they had one meaningless power play goal at the end of the game. But pretty much, we shot. They didn't even get much power plays, and they still scored 6 goals. So
yeah, right. They had a shorthanded goal. The Rangers. They had a
power play goal with the empty net goal. Okay, yeah.
The empty net goal. We can never. Again, the empty net goal only means the opposition is going to get their goal. Tonight was a horrible night. We sucked tonight. Yeah. We sucked. And like I said, this was the MSG Broadway beatdown from the Rangers, and the Flyers did absolutely nothing about it, but other than hiding their turtle shell, get waxed. They got waxed tonight.
We only played them one more time, I think, right? That's it.
I think we have them one more time, and again, I think we got to play the Honors again next week. So we're getting to know that team quite well. But like I said, all-around goaltender started keyed up, and we all know about hockey. It's not when you start get cooking, or how you start. It's when. And that team, it's just about almost playoff time, and this Rangers team is itching to get into the playoffs, itching to get in there. I mean, like I said, there's us, Ottawa, Blue Jackets, Boston. I mean, there's.
It's going to affect the trade deadline too, right? Because if so many teams are in it, who's going to be selling?
That's a good point. That's good. That's going to be.
It's going to be tough. I mean, it's going to be interesting, actually.
It's that's a great point, Paul. Who is going to be a seller and who is going to be a buyer? Who are we looking to buy? What is Danny Briere looking to do?
I did hear something today about a lot of teams are on him is Ristolainen. To fetch a big return, but then I heard Danny Briere say, "Well, then if we send him off and get good return, who's going to fill? That's a big void in our lineup." So that's our best player, I think, right now to get something back. But do you want to do that?
Yeah,
especially on the defensive side, and also he's our toughest guy. So
yeah, and I think the last time that actually hurt the Philadelphia Flyers because they got rid of Sean Walker, and once they got rid of Sean Walker, that put a big hole in this defense. And I think Danny Briere wants to be patient. I think he wants to, if like you said, if he's getting something well in return, he'll make the move. But I don't think he wants to make any sorts of crazy moves like he did last year without moving forward, because you have to start moving this process forward a little bit, because you got a franchise player like Mitch Koff here now, and when you have a franchise player, you want to start moving that pole forward, not 2 years later. Now, I mean, we did absolutely nothing for the whole 10 years of the Travis Konecny tendership. We haven't done anything. He hasn't been anywhere other than in and out of first round playoffs, and that's it. Like it's time to push this process forward.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but anyway, guys, listen, we're going to get ready to wrap up the show here. We would love to have more to talk about, but I mean, unless this was a New York Rangers show, we would probably have a wet T-shirt contests right now, but we're not going to do that. So, anyway, guys, look, for me, Pat Bernard, Europol, we'll catch you next time, guys. Joe and James will be with you tomorrow night for Flyers and Islanders tomorrow here on the Stream Punk Entertainment Network. Guys, thank you so much for checking us out. And go Flyers, go Birds.
See you.
See you guys.